bl4ck was a 17-year-old Bay Area shoegaze artist based in Fremont, California. On October 30th, 2023, he sadly took his own life. I've been hesitating on making this video due to how serious the circumstances of this boy's story were. It's hard to listen to a record so personal knowing this person isn't living among us anymore. I truly want to honor his memory in life by giving his music the respect and attention it deserves. I want his story to be heard and serve as a message that this can happen to anybody. You might know someone that seems happy on the outside, but could be going through depression in silence. As a guy who was that, I seriously recommend you to reach out to someone for help even if you think it makes you feel weak or afraid. Your life matters. Your mental health matters. Always. I first heard about bl4ck when my music reviewing friend Brad Taste of Music reacted to his EP, Today I Laid Down, on stream. I didn't listen to the record at the time, but when I learned of his passing a month later, I had no other choice. A slowcore, slacker rock production that will give you chills knowing the story behind it. There's always going to be a part of me that wishes that I reached out to show some sort of love when I could have, when he was with us. So my best way of paying tribute to this undeniably talented individual that we never got to see live out his full potential is by making this video. This is my tribute, in remembrance, forever, to bl4ck. Kai Otto Wesener was born on May 1st, 2006 to Jonathan Jin Wesener. He also had a sister Jade, pet cats Tiger and the Professor, and dog Milo. Kai attended ABC Magic Moments preschool, then went to Sunol Glen School from kindergarten through 8th grade, before moving on to Washington High School. He was described as a talented, kind, and adventurous young man with a great sense of humor and a generous heart. Growing up, he had 6 years of gymnastics under his belt, as well as experience in mountain biking, rock climbing, skateboarding, and running cross-country in high school. He loved the outdoors and traveling in general. Kai was also the president of his high school fashion club, taking inspiration from Tyler the Creator and frugal aesthetic. His clear passion was music though. He could play guitar, drums, bass, and keyboard. Both of his parents loved music, with his mother being a previous employee at a record store, and Kai was able to naturally develop his own tastes from there. His father pushed him to pursue music due to how much joy it gave him. Kai would later co-found a band called Biddy Smash during middle school and play the trombone in the school's band class. For the next few years, he began making music on GarageBand. There's a video on his second channel from November 2020 displaying his talent when he was 14 playing a guitar over the bridge of Tyler the Creator's Running Out of Time. You get a brief look at his setup here. GarageBand, a pink keyboard, multiple guitars in the background, and a synthesizer. On May 25th, 2018, Kai created his YouTube channel to upload guitar covers of songs he liked and memes. He later uploaded tribute to Frank Ocean's album Blonde on April 3rd, 2021, a cover of Self-Control, in a way where it sounds like the outro to Kanye West's Runaway with the clever use of distortion. He made this remix during his freshman year on GarageBand, and it was said to be one of the only things he was still proud of from that time. He first heard Blonde when he was in the 6th grade in 2018, but he didn't fully connect with it until high school. When he grew to be a senior, he never grew tired of it and only grew closer to it. He even had this memory from a Tyler the Creator show he attended during the Igor tour. During the intermission, Self-Control started playing and the whole crowd sang along. This remix of his would be shared on Reddit and earn tens of thousands of views and a couple hundred subscribers, widely considered to be one of the best fan projects involving Frank Ocean. On November 7, 2021, Kai created another Blonde remix, adding drums to every song. He simply called it Blonde, but it has drums. Kai would continue these ventures after seeing how much support he got, eventually branding into the stage name bl4ck. One thing you'll learn about Kai is that he loves chiefing, which means smoking or vaping excessively without sharing. It's what he credited as his label. His name was a play on a black market cart, an unregulated or fake vape cartridge that may contain THC, nicotine, or other substances. Since they are sold illegally and not tested for safety, they can be dangerous to use. As he got older, this writer and self-producer was selected for GRAMMY Camp 2023 by the Grammy Museum, joining 86 talented talented high school students from 71 US cities across 22 states, receiving advice from popular artists like Gracie Abrams and Lizzie McAlpin. He spent a week at the University of Southern California during the summer, learning, collaborating, and training with peers and industry professionals. He hoped to pursue a degree in audio engineering and music technology. By July, things were looking great for Kai. He was at GRAMMY Camp, making great friends and wrapping up his EP. The lead single, No Food, was released on August 11th, 2023. 2 weeks later, on August 25th, his first and only EP, Today I Laid Down, arrived. All made from a cheap drum set, a Mac Mini, guitars, an amp, quality mics, and Logic Pro. The cover art features his cat Tiger lying on a comfy blanket, and another dark image of a staircase leading down a graffiti-filled room. The cover art for No Food on streaming services appears to have an image pretty similar to that room. You can find the complete image on his SoundCloud account. Why or where this was taken, we'll never know. It could have been a hideaway spot for Kai. Those abandoned buildings can give you a lot of peace sometimes. Today I Laid Down is a record with a backstory so tragic that many can't even give a score for the project or listen to it in full. It hurts to listen to, knowing this can happen to anyone. Thankfully, this record has produced great good, saving others' lives. It's a shockingly raw form of shoegaze-infused indie rock that'll make you feel all types of emotions. A few of these songs were made when Kai was even in the 8th grade. The only issue I had with this project was that his vocals were just too quiet compared to the roaring instruments. That's part of the appeal to some, just how human and non-processed this all sounds. While some may brush it aside as amateur, there's no doubt that there's something here, even if it isn't for everyone. It may only be 20 minutes, but even that is a task to sit through once you listen to what is being said. Good morning text is that feeling when you are unmotivated to get out of bed, dreading the day ahead. Then you see what I'm guessing to be a good morning text from your lover or family that brightens your headspace. You wonder where you would be without them. It's a simple, sweet sentiment that applies to the entire project. These are not songs with a lot of lyrics to decipher, yet they still have the impact a song like that would have. His soft, deadpan vocals truly tell a story as this melodic piano, buzzy synthesizer, guitars, and drums surround him. On Trapdoors That Open, he's unsure if he should be himself or pretend to be someone else because being himself feels overwhelming. There's this fear he gets of being upstaged by someone else, maybe who he wishes he could be. But he decides to be himself. He knows that being famous can be a trap door that could open at any moment and cause you to collapse. That guitar is such an ugly but crushing sound to it, like it's crying out in pain. Before concluding with a gentler, airy keyboard passage, No Food is my favorite. It gets compared to Concord from Black Country New Road a lot, who I believe Kai was a big fan of. It also has a similar title to There Is No Food from Have a Nice Life. There's several ways this song could go. A song about having no energy or motivation and fearing that life will just be an exhausting task, or something that I go through on a daily basis myself, where an eating disorder and depression feed into each other. You avoid eating due to low self-image, and doing so makes you feel awful. It really picks up on the chorus where BMC describes him and someone else laying in a bed, drinking their sorrows away, skipping school, trapping each other in a cycle of suffering, and dying while feeling alone. It makes me question if this is another person he's talking about, or is just some metaphor for his ambitions. I don't think I want to know. The way these incredible instruments cover up his vocals, I feel like he didn't want people to hear what he was saying. It just keeps getting darker the more we go on, with Alive Always, the most messed up track of them all. He sees puke on the floor with a knife lying in it and vodka on the table, as mentioned in the last song. He believes he's not supposed to be here. I fear what that implies. He gets up to go to school and try life again. It seems like he dreads being alive and doesn't want to tell anyone about what he's going through. He feels helpless and blames himself for being alive and wishes he was someone else, filled with an acoustic guitar and eerie synths that are truly haunting before the noisy guitars come in. Short Sleeves builds up to a gritty guitar riff as a short but heartbreaking cut. It appears to be about self-harm and keeping it a secret from his mom. He believes she knew and says it's okay that she never spoke to him about it. It's like he's trying to make her feel less guilty. Finally, the title track is where he puts up his white flag and surrenders to this awful feeling for the day, alongside more acoustic guitar and eerie synth beauty. Those distorted guitars or whatever that is in the background sounds like a damn siren, facing these pressures from other people. Yet he stays dedicated to one thing. I think it might be his soul. The reception for this project was quiet due to barely anybody, not even his family, knowing about it. He did build up the courage to get a review from a hero of his. One of Kai's favorite moments from this period was submitting his project to popular music reviewer Brad Taste of Music on October 1st, 2023. It meant a lot to him as a longtime fan. Brad and his fan base loved the EP for its rich texture and deep emotions. Brad originally didn't publish a review in full to his channel until November 29th, as he didn't usually upload his fan requested album reviews, and he was pretty busy around that time as well. However, Kai's family encouraged Brad to do so in his memory due to how happy it made him. It ultimately helped give his music and story more attention. Kai's girlfriend, Serafina McFall, commented on the video expressing how much Kai appreciated the review and Brad's content during his final days. She revealed that BMC thought about starting a band that she would have been included in. She was grateful to hear the demos he had created. He even made some energetic dance electronic tracks showing how versatile he was. His next album was supposed to go for a catchier, heavier sound of crisp guitars and bold, raw bass lines. BMC had a TikTok filled with various memes related to underground hip hop and rock acts. He made one last TikTok on October 26, 2023, promoting his LP now being available on all platforms and a few of the reviews it got. This is the last social media post that I can find from him when he was alive. 6 days later, on November 1st, 2023, his family announced on his Bandcamp that he had tragically passed away on October 30th, 2023. There's an obituary on FremontChapeloftheRoses.com that you can send flowers to, plant trees, and look through the plethora of tributes of people detailing their experiences of Kai, himself, and his music. Since then, Today I Laid Down has gained even more recognition and has become a cherished part of the online music community as it surged in popularity throughout December 2023. It currently has a user score of 85 on Album of the Year, ranking in the top 5 albums of 2023. The record was listed on a few other articles of the best music from that year. In his farewell message, Kai shared a link to a song, Clones, planned for a second record he wanted people to hear. His family reposted it to honor his wish on December 7, 2023. This song is likely about his girlfriend at the time, who he describes as being emotionally distant, like a ghost in her own home. It's definitely on the demo side and wasn't complete, but the idea is still there. His family continues to honor his memory by posting updates on his Bandcamp page. They've been reviewing some of Kai's drafts and demos, and a few are apparently good enough for release in the future. Austin Lamb 4250 did an interview with Kai's parents about their son and his music in early 2024. Kai's father John said, "I just wanted people to know that Kai was more than just this kid who killed himself. He was a brilliant musician and a great person." Kai's mother Jin said, "He was a remarkable person, not just as an artist. We just wish he stayed." His parents had no idea he released Today I Laid Down until his death. If he shared it with us, he knew that we would try to help him and get involved. This was his thing, and I totally get it, his father explained. Luke Chua, going by the stage name Luke, released Inadequate on May 1st, 2024, a previously unreleased collaboration with Kai. It was the last collaboration he ever did. In August of last year, Luke Chua reached out to Kai with an idea for a song, believing Kai's signature guitar tone would be a perfect fit. At the time, the idea was just meant for a beat switch for another track Luke was working on. A few months later in October, just weeks before Kai passed, he sent over his guitar stems. When Luke heard them, he immediately knew this just couldn't be a beat switch. It had to be its own song. That's when Inadequate was born. After creating the first demo, Luke sent it to Kai, who loved it. They both agreed that their friend Javier Bennett, someone they had been wanting to work with for a while, would be a great addition. When Luke pitched the idea to Javier, he was all in. Following Kai's passing, both Luke and Javier felt a deep responsibility to finish the song, not just because they loved it, but as a way to honor Kai's life. Without his beautiful guitar work, the track would have never existed. Luke remains forever grateful that Kai left his mark on the track before his passing. I'm sure Kai would have loved it. Wonderful work. The latest update from Kai's family was on the 1-year anniversary of Today I Laid Down. They found a video of Kai celebrating its release, overwhelmed with joy and disbelief that he had done it. It was a result of a year's hard work, and he had kept it a secret, likely wanting to surprise his family if it found success. And he did. He made it on his own, and they couldn't be prouder. They are still working on releasing the record to vinyl with more of his demos. They're also figuring out the best way to donate the EP's profits to charity and plan a memorial. His life was celebrated at the Our Lady of Mercy Parish in New Jersey on the first anniversary of his death. It's heartbreaking that he felt this was his only escape from the pain. I look at his Spotify bio and I just shiver. More stuff on the way. We may get new music from his family, but it still won't be the same knowing the creator isn't here to not only finish the work, but witness its success. People are still discovering Kai's music to this day. He was featured on a playlist from Black Country New Road. He also currently has 14,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, with the album earning over 1.4 million streams. This has been hard to make. I didn't want to mess this up or accidentally disrespect BMC. I lost an affiliate in the last year named Cardia in the same way. Wishing you could have reached out and done something will always be on my mind. It's a tragic situation that is hard to put into words. bl4ck should be with us. This person was loved, from what I gathered, by so many. He could have made a career out of this if he kept going, but sadly, that wasn't the case. I just hope that Kai ends up in a happier place than where he felt like here. If you're going through depression or having suicidal thoughts, please contact a suicide and crisis lifeline or talk to somebody, anyone. It's an incredibly serious thing that anyone can go through. You are loved, you matter, and in case nobody has told you this today, I am glad you are here. Stay alive, friend. Rest in peace, bl4ck. You will be remembered. Make sure to love all, and peace.